different. I can't control the way other people react to my children.
Did you know that more than 53% of mothers whose kid identify as a girl have been diagnosed with borderline personality disorders?
Started people mocking my testimony about being assaulted. Making fun of my...
The study name is called Mothers of Boys with Gender Identity Disorder, a comparison of match control. In this video, we will see why the vast majority of the trans activists are women and why it is totally logical. If you're a young man and you're interested in the dating course to improve your odds of finding the right partner, I recommend you to click on the link in the description below. Historically, women have been in charge of the house. They have been in charge of being the caretaker and the nurturer party in the house. And this has not changed until a few years ago. Women historically have been taking care of their family and also the elderly people in the community. According to the recent research, women are much more likely to be empathetic, cooperative, and emotionally expressive. This has led them to even be more attuned to social causes, which can help them to create a strong bond between the different members of the community and also different members of the family. So when it comes to translating into modern terms, women are much more prone to equality of outcome and not equality of opportunities. I would like to emphasize that this is not all women, and this is also one of the reasons why women are very supportive of communist ideas. They want to have the same outcome because they want to make sure that everyone has a little bit. But the implementation of these ideas are dreadful. We have seen in the past few years how dreadful communist ideas can impact the world. Now, when we look at the science, it seems to indicate that women are also more attuned to social causes that will improve their social status and potentially improve their reproductive success. By advocating for social causes and promoting equality, justice, and well-being, women may be enhancing their status and attractiveness to mates, and also improving the survival and success of their offsprings. And similarly, according to science, women are much more attuned to the emotional cues, and they will make their decision based on these cues. And this is due to their original caregivers and nurturer roles, which require them to be much more sensitive to the emotional needs of other people. On average, women have a much higher level of neuroticism. It means their reaction to negative emotions. We can even see the way it is split between men and women and also their political affiliation on this specific graph. You can see that the more liberal women are, the much more likely they are to suffer of mental conditions. And there's obviously a split in between political affiliation, but also in between sex and genders. Men, on the other side, are much more likely to rely on their cognitive and analytical processes to make decisions. This is thought to be due to the men's role as hunter-gatherers and protectors historically, which require them to focus on a goal-oriented task and to be less reactive to emotions. If you're getting value in this video, let us know by clicking on the like button and subscribe for more similar content. I would like to make a very important point now. Feminism has always been the hatred of womanhood and the jealousy of manhood. And this is why feminists always wanted to become men, because they've been jealous of the men's status. They've been idolizing the fact that men can improve their status by working hard, by becoming their best version. And this is why a lot of them will be dressing as men, will be having men hairstyle, will be speaking like men. And on the other side, they will be rejecting what makes women women. For example, their ability to carry children. but also their ability to be a great wife. Or even, for example, more recently, we've seen a lot of critics on stay-at-home moms, because everything that makes women different is criticized by feminists. And historically, women have always been the one on the side of the chastity. And you have seen how corrupted today people are. Now, the vast majority of feminists support promiscuity and encourage promiscuity, even though we know for a fact, according to science, this is dreadful for women. Being a woman is not easy. When teenagers see their body change, starting to get attention from males, this is not an easy stage of their life. And this is why the vast majority of women will not feel comfortable in their body during this specific period. If someone comes along and tells them that actually they can have all of their issue resolved by just chopping some part of their body, taking some drugs that will make them sterile, this is exactly what a proportion of women will do in order to alleviate their suffering. Now we get to a point where feminists can get to their ultimate goal, to become men. And this is why the trans ideology is vastly supported by women. Feminists. As men, it is our duty to fight against it. It is our duty to ground our logic on fact and reality, to state that someone that believes that he's a woman or a woman believing that she's a man is likely to suffer some mental condition. At the end of the day, reality doesn't change. That's why we are seeing more and more people transitioning and regretting their transitions. And this is why the suicidality of trans people are the highest 7 to 8 years after the transition. Because reality doesn't change. A man cannot become a woman and a woman cannot become a man. If you want to see a very interesting video about a bunch of people talking to Congress about totally trans ideology nonsense, I recommend you to click on this video.